Hello and welcome to a new video. This is our 2017 BMW X4 3 D M Sport with the Auto ZF gearbox. This is an X-Drive vehicle, so it's four-wheel drive. The car has covered just over 35,000 miles from new. It's got full BMW service history, and the whole car has been completely detailed and machine polished to a very high level. The bodywork is both rotary polished and then polished with an orbiting polisher which oscillates around and takes out any holograms in the paintwork left by the first polisher. So you get a very crystal clear finish, as you can see on the bonnet of the car. We've also added some really nice black gloss kidney grills at the front. We've got fog lights at the front as well, front and rear parking sensors. There's a rear camera as well, which I'll show you. I've just come in a bit too close there. So there's your parking sensors. All of the grills are undamaged as well. All these ones in the lower part of the bumper. So I'll just come round and show you this side. There are some very, very minor sort of little, like almost pinprick little chips in a few little areas. If I just come in down at the bottom here, very minor, as I say. All of the headlight lenses are in really nice condition. They're not peppered by stones or anything like that. If we look down the side of the car, you can see the panels are nice and clean and they're not ripply. It's not had any paintwork or anything like that. I think we've got a tiny little ding dent on the driver door that's booked in to have done next week. It's just a tiny little ding dent. In fact, it's so shallow, but we'll have it done. I don't think it'll even show on the camera, but that will be done. We come up and show you across the top of the bonnet as well. There is nothing ugly up here. It's in lovely condition. Just try and hold it steady for a second. And then we'll look down this side of the car as well. And again, really nice condition. Now, the wheels are the 20-inch M Sport wheels, and they're usually orbit grey and diamond cut. And we've refurbished the wheels professionally, and we've had them done in black gloss this time with the diamond cut finish. And it's a full refurb and diamond cut, so not a smart repair. So they look like brand new, these wheels. And they've come up really nice, and it really complements the car being finished in the black. I'll just show you the rear one there. And then if we come round to the back of the car, the exhaust pipes have come up really nicely as well. I'll just come in on those, all nicely polished up. All of the rear bumper is in really nice condition. We've got rear camera up under the badge up there. Come in up there. So. And then if I come up onto the very top, you see there's no nasty scratches up here. We've got sun protection glass as well at the rear of the car. The roof is all in really nice condition. There's no scratches, no bird dropping stains. All of the black gloss on the side here has all been machine polished. Just going to come out and show you the car from back here. If you haven't driven one of these X4s, they drive so nicely, especially with the 3-litre engine. It's very much like driving a car. They don't wallow around. They sit really nicely on the road. We used to have one, me and my partner, you know, when we first had our first child. And it was a perfect vehicle, plenty of room. Just come around the front, let's come around to the other side. So yeah, just going back to the way they drive really nicely. And like I say, very responsive still, and very comfortable, especially on a long journey. Just come back out, show you this side. And always like to point out round the filler cap, no scratches around there. Just look at that mirror finish and all the door edges. So we'll take a look under the engine bay now. I'm going to get Darius to pop the bonnet for me. He's got 2 free hands. Thank you, Darius. And we'll come round. So all of the engine bay is done by hand. I'm going to say that we have a jet wash, but we don't just jet wash the hell out of an engine bay. All of these covers come up, and then we hoover out any leaves, because if you just jet wash it, you're going to end up with a lot of mush in there, and then that will block the waterways, because they tend to run down behind the wheel arch covers there, in behind there, and there's not a lot of room. So when they get blocked, they'll then fill up this gully here, and any holes or wires going through into the car, it can then flood into the car. So you really want to hoover any leaves and debris out of those areas to stop that happening. As you can see, it's really nice and clean under here, and we're not using any silicons anymore. If we come up under here as well, really nice and clean. Now the twin power turbo on this engine is the twin scroll turbo, not the 2 turbos that the 335 would have, or the 340. So basically they use a twin scroll turbo, which is 2 inlet ports into the turbo. So they sort of divide up the 6 cylinders, 3 into one side, 3 into another, and it's all very carefully timed. If you Google it, it's quite fascinating how it all works. And it's much more efficient, much more responsive, and it does away with a lot of the lag that you can sometimes get with a larger single turbo. So really good system. Around about 254 brake horsepower. And we do have a company that we use, Celtic Tuning, and they can remap this car to 310, I think it is, brake horsepower, which is the same as the 335, which is 310 but 315 PS, I think they call it. Another measurement that's used. So you can get the same performance if you need it, but to be honest with you, I don't think you really need it. So we've got now I can't remember if it's Nevada or Dakota leather on the X4s. I think it is the Dakota, but we can always check that. With the contrasting white stitching that runs through, as you can see. Now, there's no damage on the sides of the door card or underneath. All of the seals are really nice and clean. All of the rubbers intact. All around the car. This car has also got electric seats, and the rocker switch there is for the bolsters to inflate the bolsters either side to grip you into the car. And that stitching carries on throughout the headrest, the backrest. You've got center armrests. Professional media as well in this car, so you can also write on the iDrive wheel, just down on here. The 8-speed gearbox, dual climate control, heated seats, etc. We've got high beam assist on this car as well, so the headlights will automatically dip. We'll take a look in the rear. Again, the door card, all in lovely condition, no damage to it. Just check out that edge there. And the seals, no damage on there. And again, the seats in the back. Center armrest that pops down there, 60-40 split. All of the back of the seats are in really nice condition. And then if we come in close down here, you can see that all the air vents are unmarked and damaged. There's no damage down there. All the nets on the back of the seats are all in good condition as well. So come out of there. Now I've got the key in my pocket. You can either pull the handle to lift the boot, or using the key, the boot will flip up. I'm going to start down here and just show you it's not had lots of stuff dragged over the back. It's all in lovely condition. We've got the extended storage rail tracks there. We've got a 12-volt socket up on the side there, so you can plug in any little fridge-like sort of chest that you can put your frozen food in, or if you're going away somewhere. And then all of the parcel shelves. I've checked the one at the top here on the other side. That's all in nice condition, no damage there. So all nice and clean there. And I've just popped this up so you can see underneath. And then you've got the net in there that you can put across to hold stuff down, and a bit of extra storage. So we're going to press the button on the boot. That'll all come down. Check out the side rear. So door card, no damage on there. All in really nice condition. We've got a little chip, if for want of a better word, just on that piece of trim there. Very minor. You can see the HARMAN KARDON speakers in the back. I think there's about 16 speakers in all. There are speakers underneath the front seats as well for the HARMAN KARDON, and another one up in front of the sat-nav system, the iDrive. There's no dents or creases in the leather. Isofix is standard in there. So we'll come out of there. No scratches around the door handle. Open up here. Just going to flip the lights off for a second. So door card again, just looking down the outside, that's all clear there. Nothing down the bottom. And then again, when we come up onto the trim, this is quite normal. It's where people push the door open and probably have keys in their hand. A couple of very minor little bits, but nothing you wouldn't expect on a car of this age. And when you come in, you can see the speakers, and then we've got electric folding mirrors. So when you press that button, the mirrors will fold in. They're not folding it at the moment because the vehicle's not armed. And then we've got memory seat on the driver's side. So it'll memorise the seat position, and I believe it will memorise the mirror position as well. All the original mats in nice condition. This little cubby hole here is part of the extended storage. And all of the door shuts, all of the rubbers, especially on this side, is worth checking out. All in nice condition. If we come in and look at the driver's seat and the bolsters, all in really nice condition. And the steering wheel, the leather, it's not got any nasty wear or anything, not that you'd expect to see on a car of this mileage. We'll jump in. The battery's a little bit low from where they've been detailing the car, so we're going to start her up. And straight away there's a fly in here, annoyingly. See if he'll go out if I put the windows down. Okay, so let's put the lights back on. So mileage is precisely 35,219 miles. You have what's called, if you've wondered what the full black panel display is, when you use the buttons here, the mode button, the panel that changes down here, this is the full black panel display, and this is where you can go through your DAB channels. Press the mode button again, you get into FM, again AM. Music collection is the 80 gig hard drive, and then you've got the auxiliary, save stations, back to DAB. If you press the phone button, when your phone's connected, it will bring up the last dialed numbers, etc. And also when you're using the drive modes, that'll also indicate what mode you're in up on the display here. And the blue writing will show you how many more miles to the gallon that you're getting in the Eco Pro mode. So Eco Pro changes the engine program to make it more efficient, to make it run more efficiently, but not quite as responsively like in sport mode. If you also go into here, you can see the efficiency at 92%. If you bring the speed down, this is basically just showing you if you drove at this speed, this is how much more efficient you'll be, and you'll see that that's changed to 97%. Coasting, so basically when you come off the throttle, rather than using engine braking, it will coast freely up to a junction. So with that off, it's dropped down to 87%, put it back on, 10% there, efficiency. So the idea is you can come off the throttle a lot earlier because you've not got that engine braking. We go through into comfort. Now in Eco Pro and Comfort, this vehicle's got variable sport steering, so the steering will be a lot lighter in itself. When you go into Sport and Sport Plus, it will sharpen and stiffen the steering to make it more direct. We press down here, we've got dual climate control, we've got heated seats both sides and here. We've got a USB port down here as well. This is where we've got cup holders. Our drive modes, let's try and get this in focus, there we go. And we've got auto brake hold. So basically when you're in gear, let's take it out of sport mode. I'm going to take the handbrake off, it won't go into auto hold I don't think, because I'm not wearing a seatbelt, so let's pop the seatbelt on, see if I'm right. Okay, so yeah, I am. Now I've just pushed down hard on the foot brake, and that is holding the handbrake. And as you can see, we are in gear because it's showing that we're in drive. Now if I touch the throttle, it takes it off, and as soon as I apply the brake, it puts it back on. So basically when you come up to a junction, or if you're in heavy traffic, you can put the brake hold on and you don't have to keep resting your foot heavily on the brake. Nice feature. Now with the iDrive wheel, pressing the buttons, the shortcuts more than once will bring up a different window. So I'm pressing the menu button, you can see you can run through the shortcuts there, vehicle status. We come down here, service requirements, so brake fluid's not due till 2023, engine oil the same, or 14,000 miles. Rear brake pads I think we've just done, front brake pads 39,000, one or the other. We jump up to the top, this is the service history, this will be an oil and microfilter. So that was done 2 years in, and then this was a full service, the bigger service, including the brake fluid, air cleaner, fuel filter, absolutely everything done on that one last March at 32,000. And then it's just been into a BMW specialist, and it was the front pads we did, sorry, and a vehicle inspection, so they're plugged in and checked over to make sure there's no fault codes or anything coming up. So if we go into the navigation, in fact I'll take it straight through into the map with the shortcut button. The views and the sub-menus are all down this side. Map views there, so we can have it in direction of travel. We can then use these buttons down here as a shortcut, and then if we save another view, say perspective, and we'll save that. As you hover your finger over these buttons, it comes up at the top. We'll save that to number 8. So rather than having to go into the system, we just press number 7 now, for example, and it will change the view. You can save telephone numbers on these shortcuts as well. or radio stations. So very handy. Now I'm just thinking, what else can we show you here? Obviously the media, got the music collection, Bluetooth, the sound for the HARMAN KARDON Logic 7, the graphic equalizer in there, come out of there. Connective drivers, when you can connect up with BMW to get different various apps. And my vehicle is basically where all of the adjustments for the car is. You see the lights, the doors, speedometer, parking, and if you go down into the iDrive settings, the displays, date and time, units you can change. This is where you can name your driver profile for your key, so it memorises all the stations, the electric seats, driver information, and the owner's handbook, so you can look up stuff in here, either via animation, and it will show you basically how some of the systems work on the car. Just play it. I think it's gonna. We've turned the volume off now. I think the system turned off, so let's come out of there. Now we've also got all the books in there. We've got another USB in here, and a little holder there for your phone. I'm going to jump out now. I think we've covered. Oh, we've got cruise control and speed limiter just on here, so you can set the speed, etc. This is the mode button that I mentioned earlier, and then your high beam assist is just on here, this button here, and when you press that, it'll light up there, and when bright, the headlights will come up automatically in dark areas, and when there's headlights coming or a lit area, it will then automatically dip them for you. Okay. Put those windows, or leave those windows down for now. So I think we've covered pretty much everything on the car. If I've missed anything out, then please give us a call and I'll be happy to answer any questions. So a really nice, sharp looking vehicle, nice mileage, great history. We've got some fantastic warranty options that you can extend on. So please give us a call. Thanks for watching. Bye.